following is a presentation of Real Wise Productions and Comey Media Incorporated. Oh, we back, and we ain't going nowhere. Next on Mentality. Welcome to another installment of Mentality, where iron sharpens iron in the realm of health, wealth, mental health, entrepreneurship, love, and brotherhood, all from a man's perspective. I am one of the co-hosts of this program, Cole Johnson, aka the mad scientist and EP extraordinaire. And I am joined as always by the other co-host of this program, the man you know as Wise All, the man you know as Wise in the AM, the man that you know as Mr. Stuck in My Mind, and also Mr. Petty. Your boy and mine, Wize, aka Wise El Jefe. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I really can't complain. Now, Black Americans are less likely to get quality sleep, and new research suggests that police killings of unarmed Black people could be contributing to these racial sleep disparities. Researchers analyzed sleep data from two large governmental surveys and a national database of police killings found Black people were more likely than white people to report getting short or very short sleep in the months after police killings of unarmed people. Now, how is it possible that we can heal from such a trauma that could visit any of us at any time?
Oh man, I'm laughing because of just the fact, like honestly, even after a shooting or anything, um, it's not something that I worry about. Honestly, it's not something I go to sleep worrying about that I'm gonna get shot in the street because I'm a man of color. It really isn't. So I just found it funny that there's surveys out there that it's trauma season, man. This is, and Poppy J keeps saying this. He just keeps saying this. This is trauma season. They want to continuously want us to feel as victims. This is why they continuously talk about these situations. Like they want us to believe that we are victims. And when we start playing the victim roles, we don't get advance. So
No,
if
we
we're gonna go through
regress.
life, if we're gonna go through life fearing being shot by cops, what kind of life or existence is that? That's not something I sleep on. That's not something I worry about. I have bigger issues to worry about. This life is hard as it is,
Mm.
and for people to continuously do testing and surveys like this, so that they could put it into the back of our minds. Like, why would they release the survey? This honestly wasn't something I was thinking about. This is not
Right.
something I would that I would be spending my time thinking about.
Mhm.
And it's because they continuously want us to stay in that victim mentality. and we're never going to advance as a community if we continue to say, "Oh, we never got our 40 acres and a mule." Well, you know what?
Mm.
We need to go out there and grab and get our 40 acres and a mule. Not necessarily by force, but we can work harder and get our 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, it's much more well worth it when we do. And yeah, I get the reparations talk and all that type of jazz, but well, you're put in the situation that you're put in, do something about it. I mean, that's how we have to that's how we've lived all this time. Why should it change now? And this is something that police brutality and unarmed people getting shot. Heck, I know you could tell stories about when you were wronged by police just like I can. I mean, that's been a part of our lives since we've been breathing, but is that
But
a forefront threat in my
something.
mind? No.
It's not something. It's not something that's happened every single day of my life.
Right.
It might have
And
been
not in
one or
mine
two
either.
occasions.
Right.
It might have been one or two occasions where two. And the thing was, one of the situations I had, one of the officers was black.
Mm-hmm. And I've had that trauma visit to
So
me
it's not
by a black
necessarily
officer too.
black and white. It's
Mhm.
just some people take their power and abuse it.
Yeah. And then there are others, like with the situation that happened to me last month, where the officers were white. They couldn't have been more polite. They could have been more congenial, and they couldn't have been more helpful. So yeah, I agree with you, man. I think, man, I love that trauma season. Yeah, it's ridiculous
We know
that
we
we
know
want to
people
be
going through
conditioned
trauma
with that.
right now. We know some people
Hmm.
going through trauma season right now.
Hmm. Oh yeah. One of those people might be our current president. Now, the Biden administration has canceled yet another 1.2 billion, that's B as in billion, not M as in million, dollars in student debt for more than 150,000 borrowers. The latest loan forgiveness announced this past Wednesday by the Education Department targets a specific group of longtime borrowers enrolled in the Biden administration's much touted repayment plan, which adjusts monthly bills based on people's incomes. And it brings the total amount of debt cancellation Biden has approved to 138 billion for nearly 4 million Americans. Will this save the current president as he campaigns for his second term?
Lucky for him, the Republican Party is in disarray. Lucky for him that these politicians in the Republican Party continue to battle amongst each other. If they could ever get their together and decide to unify,
Oh,
then they would
they'd be impossible to beat. Yeah.
then they would get Sleepy Joe out of office.
Yeah.
But it's not happening that way. Their number one guy continues to go to court, and what can I say, man? It doesn't look good for him. And we've discussed this since for the last year that the only thing holding him back from the office would be him going to jail.
Hmm.
And there might just be enough people out there in this country that don't like him. Like, cause when we first started Mentality, I was not a big fan of his. And then the more we did more stuff and talked about it, and I came to some conclusion that ain't that bad.
Yeah, it really is hard. Seriously, if you look at him objectively, it's really difficult to hate the guy.
I don't like
I
him.
mean, no.
I don't like him, but
no.
it's just a lot of the stuff he says makes sense.
No, I mean as a politician. Now, as a
Yeah,
human being, there may be some things that you disagree. There's some things I disagree with him on as a human being,
of course.
but as a politician and thinking about the 4 years he served us, man, it really wasn't that bad. It just wasn't compared to the 3 that we've gotten the most recent years. I mean, I'd rather do the 4 under Trump, and I don't care if people hate me for saying that. The truth is the
And that's the
truth.
problem. That's the problem, that people start hating you because of your opinions and because of
Mhm.
who you choose.
Right.
We're not here saying that you need to go vote for Trump. You can vote for
No.
whoever the you want to vote for.
Yeah.
We're just giving you our opinion on how we feel about things, on how
Right.
we feel about people and certain. So if they want to hate on you because your choice,
Yeah.
then
To them.
screw them.
Mhm.
Like,
That's a
like
them problem.
that's stupid. That's to me, like, if I'm gonna not like you, I'm gonna have a real reason for not liking you. Like, you might just
Right.
be an asshole, and I might just not like you because you're an asshole.
Senator from West Virginia, Joe Manchin, now the centrist Democrat from the state of West Virginia, said in an interview last Monday that he won't endorse any presidential candidate at the moment. Now, when CNN reporter Caitlin Collins asked Manchin would he endorse Joe Biden, he said, quote, "I'm not endorsing anybody right now. We're going to see what all happens. Still got plenty of time here. I'm going to do everything I can to help move them back to the middle and show them where the strength of this country lies, where the voting bloc of this country lies." Close quote. Now, my question to you is, who do you think Senator Joe Manchin will eventually endorse for president?
Oh man, do I really care?
We're just getting started. Mentality will return. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wize El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wize El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Welcome back to Mentality, where men are men and not machines. With Wize El Jefe, I am Cole Johnson. And For this episode, we're going to be foregoing celebrity style, even though we can consider this guy that we're talking about a celebrity in his own right. But politics has actually become more hot and heavy and in the center of a lot of things, including entertainment. And it's actually serving as the biggest form of entertainment. And we'll get to that later. So, right now, we are going early with politically speaking. Former President Donald Trump said in a town hall last Tuesday that at least 6 names are on his short list for vice president. One of those names happens to be the Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Yes, the man that he has glossed the sanctimonious. Now, during the town hall hosted by Fox News' Laura Ingraham, she said the audience was asked who they should be considering for vice president. The Ohio businessman Vivek Ramaswamy, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, DeSantis himself, former Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, not to be confused with the North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Representative Byron Donalds.
Okay, Mr. 8%. Come on. Let's Governor 8%. Stop it. We've given him a name. Governor 8%.
So Governor 0.8% is not going to be Governor 0.8% is not going to be considered. So
okay.
He's not going to be considered. Right. But along the other names that I mentioned, of course, you have the Republican Representative Byron Donalds. He is from Florida, and Gabbard actually is a registered Democrat, but she's a centrist. She's actually hardcore centrist, almost moderate, really. So Ingram asked if they were all on his short list, and the former president says they were. All of them were. But the relationship between Trump and DeSantis is complicated. Now, we've mentioned here on this show, it started off great because DeSantis kissed the ring of Trump in order to just simply get in to the governor's mansion in Tallahassee in 2018. And then in 2022, it started to get a little bit rough waters because DeSantis was starting to feel himself, and he felt as though he was going to be the next Republican president of the United States because he thought Trump was out to paint. DeSantis has said that he does not even want to be considered, nor would he accept being vice president of anybody's candidate, in anybody's presidential campaign. Would DeSantis go back on his promise to not seek being Trump's vice president?
Oh, we knew. Okay, we knew he wasn't going to accept no vice president in the bid. They really don't like each other. So Trump, the only reason he put him on that list is just to appease certain people, right? Just to be like, hey, listen, I'm giving everybody a fair opportunity. But we know he's not going to pick him. It's not. If that happens, hell has frozen over.
I agree. I agree.
So,
and
yeah, I just it's all for show. It's all for show. And I knew DeSantis wasn't going to accept it, like, because Trump is him out. He is Trump's bitch. So he wants to get out of that shadow. Yeah. Oh, listen, Trump. When it comes to Trump and the mouse, DeSantis has bent over.
And the mouse.
And the mouse. and the mouse.
Oh my gosh. Now, the Constitution will back you on this, sir, because there is the 12th Amendment to the Constitution, which states that the president and vice president cannot live in the same state. Now, we know that, of course, well, you have DeSantis, who's the governor of the state, and he won't be moving out until probably 2027, if he moves out at all. Trump, of course, has his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. So one of them would have to move. And the question I have to ask about that is, would Trump even think about leaving Florida should he decide on DeSantis being his choice?
Repeat that again.
I said, would Trump even leave Florida should he decide on DeSantis being his vice presidential candidate?
He ain't leaving Florida. Listen, this is all a ruse, man. He just want people to be like, listen, at least I put him on the show, on the list. Like, no, this is no. This is all
There you go.
a facade. This is just a facade. This is all not, it's all for show. So he's definitely not moving out of Mar-a-Lago. It was gonna either be everyone's favorite token Negro. Which is I give him a 25% chance. Ramaswamy, maybe. I give him a 35% chance. But I think he's gonna pick a woman.
60.
I think he's gonna pick a woman.
And
personally.
it's funny you mentioned that. And yes, I answered that. I asked that question to you as a softball question because I don't think Trump is moving out of Florida. And since the Constitution says that he can't elect somebody from the state in which he resides as a vice presidential candidate, DeSantis will be disqualified just on that alone.
Yeah.
So both of us don't even think DeSantis will even get a sniff of an invitation, let alone have it be considered, let alone have him accept, because it's not happening. So the question I was going to ask next was who you believe would become his VP choice and why. You mentioned the why, and I think you mentioned a woman. So that would be either in this short list, the former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard and the current South Dakota governor, Chrissy Noem. And I have heard her name mentioned often. I've heard her name mentioned often. And then I've heard Carrie Lake's mentioned often too. And it makes me think, I think he's going to go that route too. In part because I think he wants to rub it in people's faces that, look, you think I'm a bigot. You think I'm a sexual deviant. You can all kiss my behind. And even to show up Nikki Haley, like, look, I ain't considering you. I considered another woman for the position.
Yeah.
Besides DeSantis, which name would give Trump the worst chance of winning the presidency again?
Which name?
Which
out of the ones you said?
Either the ones I said or even a name that you can think of. And I can go to the list again. Ramaswamy, Scott.
No, you ain't gotta go through the name. They all suck, man. Ain't one there that's got me like any excitement. Ramaswamy probably be the only one that really has got me thinking maybe, but watching him speak lately, I'm just over him. Now, if you want the black vote, and I don't even think the black vote will go with Tim Scott. Like,
yeah, I think there's other candidates
if
in the Republican Party,
like if you think about it, right?
Black vote better than him.
Even if you, like, listen to his name, Tim Scott. You wouldn't even think it's a black dude.
And he's dating a white woman, so there you go.
I'm not saying that he's a house Negro, but the shoe fits.
The shoe fits. Oh my, you have no chill. The shoe fits. Oh man. I actually can't hate on that if I tried. That's the worst part about it though. Oh my gosh. the man that could replace the guy on the cream wheat box. Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I'm not really enamored with any of the names. I think it's going to be a out of left field name like Mike Pence was. So I think
we
it's gonna
know
be something.
we know he ain't picking the traitor again.
No, he's steered clear from him. He goes again for the traitor. Mentality will be back in 2 and 2.
You have to learn to live with yourself before you can make a commitment of yourself to someone else.
When you go to something that's already structured, like the church, I don't need to go in there thinking I'm the pastor. It's like already one set up, you know what I'm saying?
It just had everything, but I learned, you know what I'm saying? Everything I did, I learned from.
So we look forward to seeing you same time, same place. Know that we love you, God loves you more. Continue to stay safe, do the right thing, stay out of trouble.
Conversation that informs a community. Brothers of Legacy. Every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Doc, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where H-Rap B always predicts,
if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Welcome back to Mentality, where this is the place for all men. With Wize and Cole, I am Cole Johnson. And yes, we did talk about Donald Trump in the last segment. We're going to indirectly talk about him in this one because it is all centered around his Georgia case. And why? Because the district attorney of the area in which the case is being tried is now under fire. And why? Well, here is something to ponder. Donald Trump's lawyer submitted evidence this past Friday that a prosecutor in his Georgia election interference case visited Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis dozens of times before their acknowledged romantic relationship began. But it was unclear if the information would remove the prosecutors from the case. The filing by Trump lawyer Steve Sadow, which was based on special prosecutors Nathan Wade's cell phone data, suggested he was in the vicinity of where Willis was staying 35 times from April to November of 2021. Two of the occasions were late at night. Mm. So I creep. Yeah, just keep it out on the down. I'm sorry.
I really hate like when men creep, like ain't no issue. Let her get her groove on, man. Let's start get her groove. I don't care. I do not care who you sleep with. Like you the one at the end of the day, if you're married, at the end of the day, the one who has to face judgment, not by me. And I'm not, and we both know I'm not a religious person.
Mhm.
But you have to face yourself.
And he does have to face himself because in the creeping, he now is going through a divorce case now. So Willis and Wade also exchanged thousands of calls, 2,000, close to 2,000 to be exact, and text messages that year. About 11,000, they said. Jeff DeSantis, the deputy district attorney who serves as
What? Hold on.
Yes, sir.
11,000 emails,
Text messages.
11,000
11,000.
in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't even text my wife that many times, man. I don't even think there's 11,000 texts between my wife and me in the past 5 years.
Oh Lord. So Jeff DeSantis.
How interesting are these texts, man? Like you just sending stupid emojis sometimes, like hearts and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
this is what we coming to. We're more focused on what on people sending each other text messages and having affairs, and when there's other things that we have to worry about. But digress.
Oh gosh. Oh, no. Now he's pulling me. I digress. God. Oh man. You in rare form today. I love it. Well, Deputy District Attorney Jeff DeSantis, not to be confused with Ron DeSantis, who serves as
anything.
no. Well, they might be, but the name is spelled a little different. Who serves as a spokesperson for the office, said prosecutors are preparing a written response for the court, saying, quote, all I can say at this point is that we are required to make our response in court and are preparing a response now. I will share it with you when it's filed. Close quote. So, of course, they dismissed the proceedings. And now, of course, the Trump lawyer crew is pushing for them to be pushed out of the case and for the case itself to be dismissed altogether. Now, I will begin by asking this. Before she got elected back in 2021, being the Fulton County district attorney, Miss Willis said that if you were to elect her, and this is a direct quote, if you were to elect her, you wouldn't, quote, see a person have sex with their employees, close quote. How do you feel about DA Willis's contradicting her campaign promise?
You want me to answer this? You want me to answer this? All right, I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna answer this. All right. She a hoe. She a hoe. She lied. She lied. She lied.
My man.
But you know what? Listen, look, hoes make mistakes too. I'm saying, listen, we all human. Saying we all like. She made a mistake. She made a mistake.
Oh
She lied.
Lord.
She lied. The whole lie. And now she gotta live with that. She gotta live with that for the rest of her life.
He said she a
Bring-
hoe.
Bringing scandal to the DA's office and everything.
Oh no.
Listen,
Oh Lord.
you wanted me to answer it, so I just I gave my honest opinion.
He said she a hoe. You couldn't have crystallized what I thought about her better in those 3 words than anything else has said about her. Oh my gosh.
I know my wife wouldn't be too happy with me saying those things, but hey.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Now, all right, to be fair, this is a single mom. She has reared 2 daughters.
Oh, she's not married.
And
she's not married.
No, she's not married.
Oh, listen, all right, I take all that back. I take my bad.
No,
she's not a hoe.
No.
She's not a hoe.
She's not a hoe. Well, she's not a hoe. He is, because he was married. I will definitely say Mr. Wade is a hoe. So is it possible?
She's a home wrecker, more like it. Home wrecker. Okay, that's more fitting than hoe. Because she ain't married. She ain't got no man, so she should be getting down. But yeah, she definitely a home wrecker though.
Considering that both D.A. Willis and Mr. Wade said that their relationship began in 2022, which is after they supposedly had the case to begin in prosecuting the elections fraud in Georgia. But the records say that this relationship started in 2019. Is it possible to disqualify the DA Willis? And is it possible that she also, because she paid this guy close to $700,000 in a year, I think, in a year's time, is it possible that she?
Hold on, wait. Hold on.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You said she was paying him?
Yes. Yeah.
Over 700,000?
About 700,000.
For the span of their relationship, or just this past year?
For the span of the relationship, and when he's trying. Well, I think in that year's time, that's when he got paid. So is it possible to disqualify the DA? And is it possible to disqualify her for financially benefiting from her romantic relationship with Mr. Nathan Wade?
You just said she paid him.
Yes. Now, this is how it worked. So, supposedly, Mr. Wade paid for vacations on his credit card, and she reimbursed him. Supposedly, this is how it worked. This is how they described it. But it's quite possible that she may have paid him and he did not put this on a credit card.
That would be stupid of him to put anything on a credit card where his wife can find the statement.
You said it, I didn't. With all of this salacious stuff that seems to have murkied up the waters of this spectacular case that was supposedly to find out if there was elections fraud in Fulton County, Georgia. Are the allegations against Willis an elaborate smokescreen by the Trump attorneys?
Of course. This is all a show. This It's all a show. And listen, they know what they're doing. They know what they are doing. They don't get paid lots of money for nothing.
Later, we will have Thoughts from the Throne. This is Mentality. This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, Wize.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Are you looking for something to do on your lunch break? Well, there's a show on the BS3 Network that has only 4 words to say to you.
We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. We ready. We ready.
The Lunch Break with AJ, powered by JM&E. Live weekdays at noon Central. Welcome back to Mentality, where it is the ultimate masculine safe space. With Wize and Cole, I am Cole Johnson. And, well, we've talked about other matters of political affairs. I'm going to now talk about one that is near and dear to my brother's heart. He said he wanted to talk about this, and we're going to talk about it now. So to the New York 3rd District, here you go. It's time for power moves. Voters in the New York's 3rd Congressional District selected former Representative Tom Suozzi in a special election last Tuesday. Suozzi faced off against Nassau County legislator Mazi Pilip in the race to replace embattled, embarrassed, and disgraced former Representative George Santos. Santos last year became just the 6th lawmaker to be expelled from the House in the country's history. So there you go. He made history. Lied so much that he became the 6th man in almost 250 years of this country to be kicked out of the House. While the election may seem like a simple local race, Americans countrywide watch the Long Island area district closely. That's because the Republicans were fighting to keep their race a thin majority in the House. Though Suozzi's win shifts the power of the lower chamber toward the Democrats. Now, he reclaimed his former seat this past week, talking about Suozzi, in a significant blow to the House Republicans, who will soon have less breathing room to pass partisan legislation. Now, Suozzi's victory changes the party's breakdown in the House from 219 to 213 in favor of the Republicans. And now they can only afford 2 GOP defections if they want to pass anything, without Democratic support. Now, my question to you, sir, the first question, I should say, is the following. Now, Philippe, even though she was the Republican side of the ledger, she actually is a registered Democrat. So, did the Republicans concede the New York's 3rd congressional district seat?
Yes, because they just threw this lady to the wolves. I don't know what they thought. I don't know what they thought. I don't like. I just want to go out and say, congressional 3rd district. You still up for nomination for morons of the year. Because you elected George Santos in the first place. And we here at Mentality have made it, well, I've made it my mission in life, which was completed when George Santos was expelled from Congress. Because I said this man was lower than pond scum. And you people at the third district really majorly screwed this up by voting him in, and we went anyway. Then you go, and your nominee is a registered Democrat who's fought in the Israeli army, is from Africa,
right?
But yet looked like she barely spoke fucking English.
Right. He sees what I saw. Yep. That's exactly what I saw.
So you put her up against a white dude that held the office previously, and the only reason he stepped down was to run for governor. Against this black lady from Africa, an Israeli war hero or Israeli soldier or whatever, in Long Island.
Yes.
Long Island. That shit might as well. Why even have the race? We all know well they was not going like. She's kind of dark for us here. No.
Oh no. Not kind of dark for us here.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, because when I did the slight research I did on it, I looked at that. I looked at her. I was like, oh my gosh. They were like, okay, well, we know we ain't gonna win this seat.
Yeah, let's just give her the chance. Here you go. Let's maybe we might get another George in there. We my possibility that the third district might just it up again. Let's just throw her in there and see. I would watch the ads and then I'm like, girl, you lost. You lost. You just lost. I'm watching the ads for I'm like, you're not gonna win. You just, like, you barely speak English. Like, no. And you're in Long Island? Against a white man? Oh my God. Yeah, no.
So the two took the stage days out from their special election, and it turned into a heated hour-long back and forth over the abortion issue. Now, Suozzi said repeatedly to Philippe, you're pro-choice. And Philippe would eventually concede, and say that she's pro-life. But that's not before angrily pushing back on Suozzi, claiming it's a personal decision. Now, do you believe that their stance on abortion decided this special election race?
No. No.
So you basically believe that the look of one versus the other did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm a man of color and I want to vote for her.
You wouldn't have voted for her?
No.
All right, so what does this ultimately mean for the newest third congressional district and things in DC?
Yeah, listen,
The fact that Suozzi's there.
He's held the position before.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's a politician. What same? It's the same. Except for now, you don't got a complete piece of crap in office. I am so glad he is gone. I am. I sleep so well at night now, knowing that he does not represent the 3rd district anymore. We've seen this clown at work. Let's not act like my disdain for him isn't merited. It's merited big time.
Oh no. It is.
No, I'm not saying
it
you.
Is merited in the market.
It's merited. The way I feel for this man is merited because he is a real piece of and it has nothing to do with the fact that he's gay. He can sashay and all. I have no. It's just that he is a horrible human being. Horrible.
So he can sashay. He can dress as he can dress as a drag queen
and drag queen all he wants. I don't care.
That's
why.
ladies and gentlemen,
that's not my reason for not liking him.
And ladies and gentlemen, and ladies and gentlemen, this is not clowning on him. The man has allegedly done so. So
yes, no, there's pictures to prove it. There's proof out there. It's not allegedly. Let's stop this alleged. It's not allegedly. It's proof. There's proof out there. There's pictures out there, documentation of him dressing drag. Let's not do this. Let's not.
Well, so now that we're speaking about one Mr. Santos, he had a special eye toward the race. His thought process was the following, quote, "There's 2 Democrats on the ballot, and the option is, do we get a Democrat or a Democrat-Republican light version of a Democrat? I will not bring myself to vote for a registered Democrat, period. It's just against what I believe in." Close quote.
Don't nobody give a what you believe in. Use a piece of so your moral standards don't apply. No one cares. No one cares. No one. No, absolutely no one cares, George Santos, that you would never vote for Democrat. You're lucky you're able to vote. Man, you still going to court? You still going to court, my man? I will be following your case closely.
Wow.
And I don't wish jail upon anyone. I don't. But this dude, I think I'm making an exception for him.
How should the Republican Party treat the former congressman?
Who, Santos?
Yes, Santos.
Like a bloody tampon. Throw that away.
No. A bloodied up tampon?
Yeah. That's disgusting. And that's what I think of George Santos.
And now, thoughts from the throne. I happen to have been driving to see my mother-in-law celebrate her birthday. And the day before, my wife and I driving about 80-ish miles an hour, I-85, about 20 miles south of Atlanta, when the driver rear side tire blows out, and my wife's in my car spins 3 times in the lanes before, thankfully, I was able to gain control of the car and steer it to the left shoulder, away out of harm's way. No car hit us. We did not hit the median. A lot of people said that we were lucky, and I can claim luck, yes, but I don't care what you believe. There isn't anybody or any scientist or any professional or any professor that could say to me there isn't a God, because I experienced it with my own 4 eyes. What you are going to get, though, is a man who realizes that it is a blessing to be alive.
It's the first mentality since my mom passed away, and people who know me knows the importance of my mom in my life and what she meant to me, and everybody knows I'm a mama's boy. We she was a beautiful person. She had a beautiful soul. There's words can't describe what a wonderful human being she was. I was blessed to have her as my mom for the last 47 years. And I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to continue to make her proud of me. I'm gonna just take the rest of this year and just y'all seen what we did on this show? Expect that and even more to come this year. We're gonna come out and we're gonna just smash it. This is my goal for 2024, is to come out and smash everything we do. And so I hope you take time out to tell your mom you love her, or tell anyone who matters to you. Let them know, because again, you never know if they're gonna be here tomorrow. So take the times that you do have with them, cherish them, and just continue to support each other and love each other. Again, I was blessed to have her as my mom. And like I said, 2024, Real Wize Productions and Comey Media is going to come out and we're going to smash everything we do. And that's my promise to her.